So we are discussing about silk fiber. How yesterday we discussed about life cycle and how the silk thread is prepared from the cocoons. Okay, and today we are going to see at which places this silk was prepared and what are the different varieties of silk fabrics, and in our state which place is famous means Pochampalli. Pochampalli silk is the silk city. Pochampalli is the silk city of Telangana. This blank is very important. This blank is very important. Which is the silk city of Telangana? Pochampalli is the silk city of Telangana. So yesterday I told for you there will be Chittoor district. Horsley Hills is a place where this silk industry was there. Not only that, I told again it was divided into as a small scale industries. At many places we can see this silk industries. What are those places we are going to see? In that first one is Hindupur. Okay. Next one is Madanapalli. Madanapalli, Raichur, Dharmavaram, Palmanur, and Hyderabad. These are the few places where we can see Hindupur, Madanapalli, Raichur, Dharmavaram, Palmanur and Hyderabad are the few places where we are having the silk industries. Did you understand? Here Pochampalli, this is also one of the places where we are having the silk industry in Telangana. And next Hindupur, Madanapalli, Raichur, Dharmavaram, Palmanur and Hyderabad. What are the different names we are having for silk? We have to see. For each and every material, there are different names. First one is Benares. Where we will get this Benares? In Kashi. Okay. Next, Dharmavaram. These sarees names are the places name. Dharmavaram. Okay. Then Kanchipuram. Gadwal. Etc. You can see here Benares, Dharmavaram, Kanchipuram, then Gadwal, Narayanpet, Pochampalli, etc. are the different names of the silk sarees. First try to understand where are the places? Hindupur, Madanapalli, Raichur, Dharmavaram, Palmanur and Hyderabad. Next we can see what are the different sarees names. The places names are itself the sarees names. They are Benares, Dharmavaram, Kanchipuram, Gadwal, Pochampalli, Narayanpet, etc. are the different names of the silk. Then not only this, we are having one more silk. That silk name is called as Tussar silk. What is the other name? Tussar silk. Okay, the silk is not only reared on the mulberry tree only, it is reared on the oak tree. Oak tree. What is that? See, highlighted this point. The other name, you can see that Tussar silk, this is the other name of oak tree. The other name of oak tree is tourmaline. The other name of this oak tree is tourmaline. What is happening means here also the caterpillars or the silk moths lays eggs on these oak tree, means on the leaves of the oak tree, and these eggs are collected, they are reared, and again you can see the same life cycle process here also it goes on, and we will get this Tussar silk. Who will do this? The other name for this Tussar silk is Deswali Pattu. Deswali Pattu or Deswali silk, we will say this one. Who will do this rearing? Tribal people. Who will do this one? The tribal people will do cultivation or rearing of silk in this by what is that on the they will collect all the eggs present on this oak tree, and they will just give food, the oak tree leaves itself they will give for this particular caterpillar. Slowly they will develop, again they will form the cocoons. Did you understand? These cocoons again will be boiled. They means the larva inside it will be killed. Then next they will drag the silk thread from that one, and you can see here these all comes under what is this Banaras, Dharmavaram, Kanchipuram, Gadwal. You can see that they are thick and now what is that? They will be in the form of patu. You can see that these will be silk sarees. Mummy will wear no at in the house different types of silk sarees that will be made with this oak tree, and they are called as Deswali Patu. They are known as Deswali Patu, and here you will have Muga silk, okay, Kosa silk, silk, Tussar silk. What are the different varieties we are getting here? Muga silk, Kosa silk, silk, Tussar silk. If you ask your mother, she will be ready to show you different varieties of sarees. You ask her, she will have this Banaras, Dharmavaram, Kanchipuram, Gadwal sarees. She will have. You can see the pattern and variety. Pochampalli, you can see like a temple design. It will be there. If you are taking Banaras, you can see that small buttas will be there on that. If you are taking Dharmavaram or Kanchipuram, you can see that the border will be broad. A broad border will be present to that one. Like that, Gadwal sarees also you can see 2-in-1 shades. You can find it like that, different varieties of sarees. And these are just daily wear sarees. You can see Tussar silk, Muga silk, Kosa silk, silk, and these are the things. Did you understand? Pochampalli is the silk city of Telangana, very important. What are the different places where the silk is done? Hindupur, Madanapalli, Raichur, Dharmavaram, Palmanur and Hyderabad. And what are the different varieties of sarees? Banaras, Dharmavaram, Kanchipuram, Gadwal, etc. And Deswali Pattu we are getting from oak trees. And what is that? Deswali Pattu, Tussar silk. Who are going to rear this one? This was reared by the tribal people. Okay. And what are the different varieties we are getting from this Deswali Pattu? Means Muga silk, Kosa silk, silk. And where these processes are taking place means, you know, tribal people means near to the forest area, that is Adilabad, okay, Khammam, Warangal, etc. These are the places where these Deswali Pattu will be reared. What are those? Adilabad, Khammam and Warangal. If it is what is that normal silk means Hindupur, Madanapalli, Raichur, Dharmavaram, Palmanur. If it is Tussar silk means where they are rolling, I am telling that the tribal people means where they will be in the forest. So at which places? Adilabad, Khammam, Warangal, etc. These places are for this Tussar silk. Did you understand that? What are the different varieties we are having? And next, as I said for you yesterday itself, one cocoon, from one cocoon we can drag 1,000 to 3,000 feet of thread we can drag. From one cocoon we can drag 1,000 to 3,000 feet of thread we can drag from one cocoon. If I want to get 500 grams of thread, if I want to get 500 grams of thread, I need around 2,000 to 3,000 to 3,000 cocoons are needed for me. Did you understand? From one cocoon, 1,000 to 3,000 feet of long thread I can drag, and if I want 500 grams of thread, how many cocoons I want? 2,000 to 3,000 cocoons I want, just for 500 grams. Then if I want to make a fabric, how many grams of thread I want and how many cocoons I have to kill to drag the silk from them. That's why the people are going for alternative sources. What are those alternative sources? Synthetic fibers. Did you understand? And here, yesterday itself I told for you, it is very dangerous to work in this fabric. The people who are weaving, spinning or rearing of these fibers, they will have many skin diseases. The people who are working with these cocoons, first they have to drag this much thread. Just 500 grams of thread they want to drag means they have to kill 2000 to 3000 cocoons. Try to understand from this 2000 to 3000 when they are dragging the thread, 500 grams of thread, the people will be affected with skin diseases, and when they are boiling them, they will have the respiratory problems. So they will have skin diseases and they will have the respiratory problems. You have to understand. This is all about the life cycle of. Here we discussed how the life cycle of the silkworm will take place, how to prepare the silk from that one, when they are dragging the thread, what are the processes we have to take, and after that at which places the silk is read. Second, what are the different names of the silk. Not only this, not only mulberry tree, we are going with the oak tree we discussed, and that pattu is different and this pattu is different, and where how this is read and how many grams of thread we are getting from each and every cocoon. The people who are working in this silk industry, what are the problems they are going to face, this all we discussed. This is all about the what is that silk. Please see in your textbook, revise today whole about the silk. Did you understand? There, the people, how in the lesson they explain means, like we are entering to an exhibition. There, stalls of silk industry was there. At one place you can see mulberry leaves, the other place you can see eggs, the other place you can see larva, in the other place you can see the cocoons, and they started, the people, we entered into the silk industry and the people started explaining for us how the process of silk is obtained each and every place. So when you are reading the textbook, you feel that don't read the lesson, try to what is that, analyze that you are in the silk industry. When you are reading, you are talking to the people who are in the silk industry. When you are reading, it is very interesting. The people are wishing us, they are explaining us how the silk is obtained. So try to read about the silk today, okay, and know each and every point. See my explanation also and compare that and this. Finally, you no need to revise again. Tomorrow we will talk about how the wool was obtained, from what are the different types of animals there, with how many different varieties of wools we are having, from where we are getting this wool, where these sheep, goats and camels will be present, how we are getting wool from that one. After getting the wool, what we are going to do, this all we are going to discuss tomorrow. Today what is your work means total about the silk, you have to revise from the textbook, try to understand and learn today itself about the silk. Tomorrow we are going with the wool. Thank you.